Mr. President, Secretary General, distinguished guests, and esteemed representatives, I stand before you today deeply aware of the challenges we face as a global community and the vital role the United Nations plays in addressing them. As President of the United States, I am committed to advancing a foreign policy that seeks not only to protect the interests of my nation, but also to promote a safer, fairer, and more prosperous world for all. The United Nations was founded on the belief that no nation can stand alone in a world that is interconnected, whether it's addressing climate change, managing pandemics, or ensuring economic growth. We know that our problems transcend borders. And as president, I believe that the United States must be a leader in fostering cooperation. And that leadership means listening, respecting the sovereignty of others, and working collaboratively to achieve common goals. At the heart of our foreign policy is a commitment to defend democracy and uphold human rights. The United States will always stand with those who fight for freedom, equality, and justice, whether it's supporting nations striving for democratic reforms or speaking out against authoritarian regimes. We believe that the rights of all people must be represented and respected. The dignity of individuals, regardless of where they live, is not negotiable. However, we recognize that imposing change from the outside is neither sustainable nor respectful of national sovereignty. Instead, we will work like other minded nations to strengthen democratic institutions, combat corruption, and support civil society efforts that reflect the aspirations of their people. One of the most urgent challenges we face is climate change. No nation, large or small, is immune from its effects, and we are running out of time. The United States is committed to rejoin the global community in the fight against climate change, reaffirming our commitment to the Paris Agreement and investing in green energy at home. But we know this is not enough. Together, we must accelerate our efforts to reduce emissions, build resilient economies, and help vulnerable communities adapt. The United States will not only lead by example, but we will work alongside nations, especially those most affected, to ensure that the transition to a sustainable future is inclusive and just. We live in a time of increasing geopolitical tensions, yet history has shown us that lasting peace is not built through conflict, but through diplomacy, dialogue, and mutual respect. My administration is committed to pursuing peaceful solutions to global conflicts. This includes revitalization of arms control agreements, addressing nuclear threats, and working through multilateral institutions like the United Nations to prevent conflicts before they start. We recognize the value of peacekeeping missions and the vital work of this body in conflict resolution. We will continue to support efforts to mediate and resolve disputes, particularly in regions where conflict has cost too many lives and destroyed too many futures. Economic growth is critical to global stability, but growth must be inclusive and trade must be fair. As president, I will advocate for trade agreements that ensure mutual benefit for all parties, uphold labor standards, and protect our environment. The global economy cannot thrive when inequality and exploitation persist. We will work to create economic opportunities that lift people out of poverty, whether in rural areas or urban centers, in developing nations or industrialized ones. We are at a pivotal moment in history. As some leaders have said, an inflection point in history, where the decisions we make today will shape the future for generations. As we face unprecedented global challenges, we must reinvigorate our commitment to multilaterals. The United Nations, flawed though it may be flawed, remains our best hope for collective action. The United States is ready to lead by dictating terms, not by dictating the terms of how we will work, but working with you as a partner, building coalitions, and finding common ground. That is the key that I believe is to a clear resolution on any dispute we have, and that is to find common ground. Let us be clear. The global problems of our time, whether climate change, pandemics, or security, require global solutions. The U.S. stands committed to strengthening international institutions and enhancing global cooperation to meet these challenges. In closing, I want to express my deep belief in the power of this body, in the power of nations working together, and in the shared values that unite us. We may have different histories, cultures, and political systems, but we are bound by a common humanity. Let us remember that in our shared struggles and triumphs, we can forge a better world, one that is more peaceful, just, and sustainable. Thank you all very much. Thank you.